What to do in Bend, spring edition. Or at least what we do in Bend in spring. Spring is in the air and it's time to get moving. This is easily my favorite season, or third favorite, or whatever. This is my favorite transitional season. That I know for sure. Look, I love winter, right? I mean, I'm a hockey guy. Of course I love winter. I love the ice. I love the snow. I love driving around town when there's 10 inches of snow on the ground and you could hear a pin drop. It's just quiet, peaceful, white, beautiful. But spring, I guess my heart is really a summer mountain kind of heart, you know? I just love all of the, summer activities and things that you can do here in Central Oregon in the summer. And let's face it, spring is the, the season that makes all of that possible. So here today, we are going to talk a little bit about the things that we like to do in spring. So here we go. Spring skiing. Fair warning, we're not super big, hardcore, mountain people, so we usually don't go spring skiing a lot, but it is a really popular and well-known thing that everyone does around here, so we should probably mention it. We've got some really close friends who are those fanatics and they head up there all the time in spring. Might even be one of their funnest seasons. I mean, you avoid the crowds, enjoy the sunshine. I mean, that's really where those raccoon eyes come from. Boy, they just get burnt sometimes up there. The weather's crazy during the springtime. It can be 80 degrees in town one day and then 40 the next with a freak snowstorm that absolutely pounds the mountains. Which, of course, is like Christmas to all the hardcore skiers and snowboarders, right? And then later on in the spring, borderline summer, you can find some of those diehards literally parking on the side of the road at the base of the mountain, hiking all the way up there just to get a few more runs in. Next up, we're gonna talk about spring fishing. All right, now this one is my jam. Our jam, right? Fishing season opens in mid-April and it's just great. I mean, opening weekend, if you can get out, if you're not busy selling houses like we are. Anyway, it is fantastic. The fish are hungry and it's game on. The high lakes are either great for trolling, just bank fishing with spinning gear, or even fly fishing. And then the rivers, as long as the water levels are up in the river that you're going to, is also great for fly fishing, especially the lower Deschutes. Stones. Not rocks, stones. If you know, you know. Spring, just getting outside is so amazing, Been cooped up all winter. The first 50-degree day, if you look around town, everyone's gonna be in shorts and flip-flops, putting their toes at risk of frostbite, but who cares? Just a walk down along the river trail feels so good, Of course, a little further into spring, and you can start doing some warm-up hikes to get ready for summer. Black Butte is a great, half-day hike I would recommend. However, maybe wait till at least mid-May to make sure some of the snow melts off the top because it can have snow on it well into May. Steelhead Falls and Crooked River Ranch in the Terrebonne area is also a great hike. Not a particularly long or strenuous hike, but it's a pretty hike and definitely worth getting in the views. We interrupt this video to bring you what we don't like about spring. So a couple of things to consider. It's only natural that you're gonna get your first sunburn during spring. It sucks, especially if you're like me. The Cascade Lakes Highway isn't open past Mount Bachelor until usually Memorial Day. If you do get up to the high lakes, the mosquitoes will eat you alive. I'm not even joking. The weather in spring likes to play a game called Bet You Can't, where the weather bets the weather that it can't, go from summer to winter in 24 hours. Or better yet, I bet you can't fit all 4 seasons into one single day. The weather always wins, too. It's weird. Pro tip, always dress in layers and keep a full-blown winter coat in your car until June 1st. You never know when it's gonna snow in it. And the allergies here can mess you up. I mean, the allergies in general are kind of rough, but wait till the giant ponderosas get kicking. They can leave dust clouds that'll cake your car in yellow pixie dust. Except for it isn't the kind that makes you fly. But other than that, spring is just peachy. Now, one of our favorite things is to get the garden going. Usually around Mother's Day, we like to till up the garden, get everything ready for spring planting. Depending on the climate you're coming from, this growing season might be a little shorter than you're used to. So usually we start some of our fruit producing things like tomatoes, zucchinis, squash, stuff like that, peppers. We start those from starters that we get from your favorite garden store. We just go to Home Depot. But then some of our other things like carrots and beets and all of our herbs, we are able to start from seed. But be prepared to cover them if we get a couple of really cold nights in May. Usually the Weather Service will issue some sort of a freeze warning or a frost warning. Be prepared to cover those just to make sure that they make it through. Usually by about the time you get to June 1st, you're in the clear. The last thing we love to do in spring is get the trailer ready for summer camping. Most folks, including ourselves, like to keep our trailers put away and winterized during the winter, and spring offers a great opportunity to get the trailer or the camper or what have you, get them out, get the batteries charged, get them stocked up and ready to go. Memorial Day is coming soon, or it was last weekend. An early spring camping trip is always the best. There's no crowds, nice crisp mornings, earlier evenings, so that fire that you can huddle around doesn't have to take place at 10 o'clock at night, and it's not too hot during the days. Just pay attention to the weather to make sure that you don't catch a freak snowstorm. That'll ruin your day real quick. Yes, I speak from experience. Spring skiing, spring fishing, spring camping, just put spring in front of whatever you like to do in Central Oregon, and those are the things that we like to do. What are some of your things you like to do in spring? Feel free to let us know down in the comment section below. Join the conversation. And as always, consider subscribing to our page so you always stay up to date with all of the Central Oregon real estate happenings. Thanks again, guys, for watching, and we'll see you next week.